and today we are refreshing our pantries, our fridges, and our bodies with healthy foods that we're seeing all over social media that are healthy and delicious. And our next guest, Javant Benton, was 35 years old when he had a wake-up call so many of us have had in our lives, a health scare. In his case, he was 85 pounds overweight, pre-diabetic, and pre-hypertensive. He knew he had to take control of his health, so he started educating himself on whole, nutrient-dense, plant-based foods out of a need to survive. People all over TikTok are embracing simple, whole foods that came from nature itself, as some people say we should be eating. Javant can help us eat in delicious ways that we didn't expect without sacrificing flavor. His cookbook is called Make Your Own. Let's make our own with Javant Benton. Come on out, Javant. Congratulations on the book. Come on over. All right. Okay. Congratulations on this. Before we launch in, you grew up in North Carolina. Shout out, North Carolina. Your grandmom was the cook.
That's
so
right.
You grew up with rich flavors and all of those southern things.
That's right.
That can be delicious, but not always the best for our bodies. Take me to your health situation at the time.
Yeah. So I grew up like most people did. I was eating the things that mom and dad gave me, grandma and granddad gave me. They were delicious. But unfortunately, we were oblivious to the fact that a lot of the ingredients that we put in those foods were detrimental to our health, not immediately, but long term.
Long term.
And so you develop things like diabetes and hypertension, high cholesterol.
And that was your reality.
That was my reality.
Yeah.
I was 85 pounds overweight, much bigger than I am now.
Wow.
I have pre-hypertension and pre-diabetic, like I said. And I was concerned about my health outcome. Yes, absolutely.
Well, clearly they're impressed with it. So, but you had this wake-up call in your 30s.
That's right. And I knew I had to do something. I didn't know what.
Yeah.
You know, we hear that you need to eat healthier, but what does that mean? I didn't know that. But I found out that there's some ingredients that are typically in foods that if you remove them, the foods become much healthier and you become much healthier.
Okay, so in your book, it's filled with delicious, minimally processed vegan recipes. When we talk minimally processed foods, what does that mean?
Well, it means that you don't get a lot of the junk that is put in processed foods, the emulsifiers, the preservatives, the food dyes, all these things that, you know, they're in a lab making that you're putting into your body, and all you're thinking about is the taste. Right. And what I've learned to do is make it taste like the taste that you're familiar with, the texture that you're familiar with, without the detrimental ingredients.
Okay,
when
so
you make your own. When you make your own.
So you're going to make your version of buffalo wings, and you're using mushrooms.
That's right. Mushrooms are great. They're low calorie.
That picture you saw, those were mushrooms.
Those are mushrooms.
All right.
Those are mushrooms. So we have a few mushrooms here. We got some golden oysters, some maitake, some regular oysters, and some beach mushrooms. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these mushrooms, and we have a little batter here that I'm going to prepare by adding down. This is some oat flour.
Oh, that's oat flour.
That's oat flour.
I should tell the audience you can scan the QR code on the screen. So that's oat flour.
Oat flour. I'm adding some flaxseed also.
Okay. And what was the milk? That's almond milk?
That's almond milk.
Okay, almond milk.
Right. Now, the oat flour replaces refined wheat, which is what people typically use. But refined wheat has all of the good stuff removed.
Yeah.
They take out the bran, they take out the germ, you're left with just, you know, the endosperm, not a lot of nutrients in there. But when you use something like I'm using, almond flour, it's a much better choice.
So I didn't know all those things that you just labeled, but we use oat flour in my home early on with my son. Look at you educating me. I was just using it because somebody told me it was healthy.
Well,
now you tell me why it's healthy.
It's a great choice.
All right, so you whisk that for 5 minutes until it thickens.
Yeah, I let this sit aside. The flaxseed makes it thicken, and it's like an egg replacer.
Okay, so this is how it turns out when it's a little thicker.
That's how it turns out.
Okay.
And then we would take our mushrooms. We could take maitake, any of them. I'm going to take a maitake here.
Do you have a favorite? Because, you know, you want that, as you said, texture. You want it to still feel hearty if you're doing
different
wings.
mushrooms produce different things, but all of these mushrooms are great for something like a chicken replacer. Okay. So any of these mushrooms
what are
will
these,
work.
golden?
These are golden oyster. These are maitake. These are regular oyster, and these are beach mushrooms.
Okay, got it.
All great benefits. Again, low carb, low calorie, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll take our mushrooms. We're going to put it in our mixture here.
You just tear them with your hands?
Just tear them with your hands.
Okay.
Put them in your mixture. Now, this is the mixture that I put together. You let it sit for about 5 minutes. It ends up thickening like this.
Wow.
Then I'm going to move it to my breadcrumbs. I'm going to get it battered just like you would a chicken wing, but It's not a chicken wing.
What's
It's
the batter
mushrooms.
here? What's
the
this?
batter's just almond crumbs, right?
These are just almond crumbs?
Almond crumbs. All these recipes in my book, almond crumbs.
Yeah.
You know, everything is there. So we're going to put them on a tray. You have some here already done. I would dip another one.
That looks like a wing.
It looks like a wing. Same thing. And I'm going to put this here. Same thing. I'm just going to cover it with almond crumbs here. Batter it really nicely.
Okay.
Put it on our pan. We're going to get these in the oven. Cook them for about 30 minutes.
Okay, pause
halfway
there.
Through.
We're gonna put these in the oven.
Yes.
30 minutes. When we come back, I'm going to taste it because we're gonna add some chili cheese fries to this. How he's doing it, Javant will show us after the break. We'll be right back.